So we had yesterday this multiple alarms, and we were going to put them into an array, which we did. So I've still have my outlets to each of the two alarms that I have up here. I created an alarm class and then an array of alarm objects, and so this created both of the two alarms that I have in my alarms array. So now we need to use that as we're doing things with the those values. So let's see, we changed the tag for each of these text fields to, so the first one was 0 to correspond, I changed it to 0 to correspond with the array element, and the second one is at position 1. So instead of doing this if statement here, I can just say my alarm time dot text is going to be the alarm sub tag dot alarm time. Whoa. So this is it alarms? Yeah, alarms, plural. Alarm sub tag. This is what type of an object now? An alarm object. Since we've indexed it now, it's an alarm object. I can look at the properties of that, and I have those same. This is just a UI text field called alarm time that I've already created. And so when I go back to here, I'm saying for this particular alarm time text field, go format the date and put it in there, and then I don't need any of this. That one line of code does everything I need for both of these text boxes. It will set the text for whichever one I'm clicking on when I'm running it. And then the other thing is the notification. I'm going to do the same thing. The notification in my alarm object, I need to get the notes text. Oops. So I can still use the alarm number with a tag. I can say that instead of notes.text, what would I replace that with? Notes.text. Notes text.text. There we go. And then I can do away with that if statement completely. And that makes my code more generic. We've cleaned it up a little bit. And the rest is not necessary. So I should now be able to have the set the alarm for each of those. I've already connected up those date fields to my action here. So this set alarm will get called. So let's still make sure everything works. So if I click on this guy, I want this to go off in a minute. And this is alarm 1. This is to go off in a minute. This is alarm 2. I want this to go off in 2 minutes. And it should now, oh, I have to lock my screen so I can see them. And those should pop up. Come on. There we go, there's one, alarm 1. We gotta wait a whole minute for the other one. Alarm 2 popped up, so now we've got both of them. So everything still works. I can slide to go back to my app, and there we go. All right, so let's hook up the active, whether it's active or not. We already have the outlets set up. So I have a switch active and a switch active 2 for each one of these. So right now I have the alarm being set whenever they hit the date, right? So we want to not do that. Where is our code here? Date picker value change. This calls the send notification. So I could check this one based on the tag and say, what? How do I check to see if that guy's active?
Check the switch.
Right, but the switch is now stored in my alarm object. Okay, good.
Oh, that's right.
So I say if alarms sub tag dot switch active. Come on. Oh, this has to be sender.tag. What doesn't it like? Expected? No. That's, if it's active, we want to do something. I still have a problem. Value of type alarm has no switch active, so it's called just active. You got to remember what you name these things, right? So this is just dot active. If it's active, then I want to send the notification. What's wrong with that? So I get the sender.
You have to add a tag to the argument.
No, that should be sender dot tag. Why doesn't it like that? Cannot subscript a value of type in out array alarm.
Unlike a lot of other things where you can pretty much say if switch.
Yeah, I know, you can do that. So the problem was I can index it by the tag and get an alarm object, which is a switch. So the dot active is getting the property out of my alarm object. So dot active is a switch, a UI switch. Then from the switch I can check to see if it's on or not.
It's the word active is distinct. It should think it's on.
Yes,
Like,
right.
oh,
It's really a switch. That's probably a bad name for it. So if it's on, then I can send the notification. Otherwise, I'm going to skip it and not do that. So that will only allow the alarm to go if it's on. But then I also need to do something probably where, let's go back to storyboard here. Where if they turn this on, I want to send the alarm right away. Right? Does that sound right? All right, so I need a method that listens for this guy, and we should set its tag as well to, it should have a tag, yeah, here we go. Tag is 0, and this tag will set to 1. And then we can have this go to a new function, an action, activate alarm, and whenever it's changed, we want to get that information. So if the, oops, I want to undo that. I want this to be an action, but it should be a UI switch instead of any object. Activate alarm. So then I can say if, try this again, sender dot on. We want to activate that alarm, which was just sending the notification. It's basically this kind of code here. So if it's we want
Can't be
to
the sender
say,
name, because the sender's the.
yep. So it's going to be to send notification. The date is going to be alarms. Oh. Alarm sub sender dot tag dot. It's going to be more complicated than that. I have to get this value from there and convert it to a date object, because right now I don't have that. So I lost my date object at this point. So I have to say get my alarms subsender.tag, and I have to convert that into a date. Alarm time. I have to convert that whole thing into a date. So how do we convert a string into a date? That goes, the date formatter goes into a string from a date.
Yeah.
So we want to use this then.
Date formatter up on top.
Yeah, I probably should. Okay, so let's just do this for now. We'll move that around. So I've got a date formatter, and now I have to take the date formatter dot date date from string,
String. Oh, yeah.
Date from string, yeah.
and this is going to be my alarm subsender alarm time. That should create a date, right?
Is your alarm time a string object?
Sorry?
Is the that alarm time making it a string?
Yeah, this is a string. It's not a string yet. It's the whole UI. It is the .text. That's what I want. Okay, so that's the UI text string from this alarm, and I'm
You have a
formatting.
dot, comma, in the next line. Just right, commas.
And then I want to, all of that is going to be my alarm date. So, which one is optional? I guess this one is, so. And we'll unwrap that guy. Wow. How about that for a piece of code? If it's on, I have to get the date as a date object and then send the notification along with the right tag. And that caused a problem here.
It's not just that, I think you just need to bracket it, that's why, like everything down below is
You're saying what? I'm missing what?
Bracket. Do we have an extra one?
Yep. Good eye. Nice. This seems ripe for
Some
refactoring here, right? That's your code they call that a code smell. It's starting to smell here. But that should work. That should activate both alarms. The only thing else I have to do is allow this one to do the same thing. So I need to have it be the same action, and make sure that it is in the on changed. Yep, value changed here, and this one is value changed also. So if they do both of those, it should send the text both times. And then I probably, let's,
Same for recurring?
I'm sorry?
Can we do the same for recurring switch?
Yeah, it's something similar to that. I want to, though, we should have a way of setting the default. Oh, here. No. Oh, here we go. The state. I want the state to be off normally. And then on my date picker, I don't want to, well, I already did that. If it's not on, I don't want to send the notification. All right, let's see if that works. So I can put in like alarm 1, take your meds, select a date, 1 minute in the future, and then turn it on, and I get a crash. Nice, look at that. Found a nil while wrapping an optional value.
Because there is no value originally set. You might want to fill that date picker with the timeout or something.
But I did that by choosing a date.
Or did you use the switch before you did it?
No. So, just saying my alarm date. My tag.
While I'm wrapping up school.
Refactor. Can't see what that value is. It is should be sender.
Sure. You're welcome.
Probably not a. Probably buried in here somewhere where the tag is. Zero. Which is right. So it found the right one. Alarm time should be a value. So let's debug it then. I set something already, so it had it. Turn it on. My sender is on. my tag. My tag is 0. So alarm sub-0. Sorry, run out of time here. See, it's got a time in here.
She's not getting the stream.
Yeah. Jeez, did I make it hard enough? Find the doggone text?
I'm gonna say like 0 values in an array.
I've got 2 values, which is right. And 0 has this alarm time in
It's the
it.
light bulb. Hopefully I can get it, get my laptop back today.
It was, so we'll stop here.